Greetings and thank you so much for tuning in to Quantum Talks 8.0. I'm Dr. Kiki Singletary Williams. Thank you to all of those who've actually shared, liked, subscribed to our rap sessions with Dr. Kiki. As our sessions continue to resume for 2025, I want to let you know that your input is valuable. If perchance you ever like to be a guest on our rap sessions with Dr. Kiki show, reach out so that we can include you in our broadcast. Today I'd like to talk about focus. Focus. Sometimes it's so easy to focus on the wrong thing. Sometimes it's so easy to ruminate on when somebody stepped on your toe 5 years ago. But I want us to be more mindful of our intentions, of where we put our thoughts to, where we put our minds to. Guess what? That is the energy we invite. That is the experience we have. Like the Bible says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. We sit up and say so much, and then we wonder why things are the way they are. We don't understand that our minds have put out that certain thought process, and guess what? It released it into the environment, and those thoughts have to come back. So we want to make sure we're thinking lovely thoughts, kind thoughts, thoughts of peace and grace. We never want to think thoughts of revenge or hate and harm towards others, because again, we are embodying that particular ability to put out and get back what we put out. But I want to talk about focusing, because as we focus, we will start to realize we are able to accomplish way more than we even thought we were even capable of. We're sitting sometimes in the same parked spot of life for years. We've never even cranked up the car. We've never opened the door. We've never moved. We never moved from parking to drive. We're just sitting in that same spot because we don't focus, because we're easily distracted, because we're allowing other people's nonsense, garbage, or issues to become ours. So instead of handling things for ourselves or for our families, we are inundated with, something way across the other side of the planet that really and truly, it's easy to talk about it, but what is it doing for you? In this season, be focused on what you have to do for yourself. Write it down. Write your goals and visions and things you aspire to do. Write it down. I promise you, when you write them down, put them on a vision board, put them on a whiteboard, put them on a sheet of paper, text it to yourself, put it in your apps. Those things will start to have intentionality, and then they'll start to be visualized, and you'll start to see them in real time. A lot of times we've not prayed, we've not fasted, we've not given ourselves as leaders over to what God's divine and efficacious will is. And that could be why it's difficult for us to focus, because, God won't allow us to go down these paths that don't lead anywhere. But we as humans sometimes push our way down the wrong path. Be okay with the fact that sometimes plans change. You have to be able to pivot. It's okay. Change the trajectory of your thinking. Nothing is, so life-shattering that you can't pivot and you can't start anew and afresh. I encourage you today to weed out the distractions. And I understand full well that a lot of times certain advice and coaching sounds easy to say, but when people actually have to do those things, it might be a little more involved and it may be difficult. I am aware of that. So there are times when you might need somebody's help to help coach you to the ability to think in those terms. And here's an idea. When you go to God, your Father, and say, Lord, help me with such and such, He will. Lord, help me to be focused. Help me to refrain from distractions. God, thank you for my new direction. We spend a lot of time blaming and feeling sorry for ourselves, but that's not leading us to our next level of success. So in this season, stay prayed up. But you have to move from thoughts to actions. What am I doing towards my goals, my visions, things I've written down? What can I do towards it a little each day? It's important. Friends, you have an incredible ability to master anything that you put your mind to. Let's master what greatness looks like from us. Every single day we're writing a story. We are telling our own life story. The problem is some of us are just sitting on the sidelines of our life, and it's easier to complain than to move into action. And we can't think for other people. We don't know why they did such and such. We don't know why they chose to do such and such. But what can I do with where I am right now? It's so important. It helps you to move on. It helps you to be in a space of clarity, of action, and of peace. So if you need a little bit of a conversation regarding your next steps, your next moves, bringing something from a goal or written directive into action, into real life, let's have a conversation. Because you have to be able to prosper. You have to be able to live life on your own terms. And that might be very different than your neighbor or than people that you know. And it's okay, because that's what God gave you. Again, worlds upon worlds of people. Remember, you have individual fingerprints for a reason. You have to move into your greater. And it starts with action. Okay? And it means we got to kind of shake out of this little comfortability, or sometimes it gets so bad we call it laziness, where we're not using the time we have to meet those goals. Okay? For me, it was making sure I'm able to read at least a little bit each day. Like, I read all the time to do research for clients and things I'm involved in, but I had a list of books that I personally wanted to read, and I hadn't really gotten to them. Maybe a page or two here. So for me, it is the intentionality of putting space and time, clearing and putting things away so that I can agree to what I chose for myself, and that is to read a part of a story every day. Whatever your goals are, the only thing that stands in between you and successful execution of those goals is the woman and the man in the mirror. So with that being said, off to a fantastic year, off to a fantastic success-oriented existence. Congratulations on your new growth. Even if you can't recognize it as growth now, you can be proud of where you are now, because it took courage for you to be in the space that you are now. And that is enough for God to bless. So please like, share our videos, Quantum Talks 8.0, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Follow our pages. You will start to see more and more content there that is designed to bless you, help you, empower you to move you on to your next. When you get there, remember to give someone else the opportunity that God gave you. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Kiki Singletary Williams. As always, it's a pleasure. Stay blessed.